Hello everybody, welcome back to another video inside of Minecraft. And today we are continuing with the Joker pixel art tutorial. I know, it's been a while, sorry about that. But I think we should be able to do a fair good bit today. As today, we are going to try and finish off this hair. It's basically all that. Could probably take one episode as there's a lot of detail out there. But if not, and there's enough time left, I'm going to start work on the chin. And the episode after that, we've finished that. Episode after that, as that's a pretty simple section, it's basically just pumpkins, redstones, and a bit of brown. We could basically do all of that. Oh, there's a bit of yellow there. But really, I think we could do that in maybe one episode. It's just going to be a lot of filling in. So, the last episode is going to be a good one, hopefully. We're on the way to being finished. I'm going to try and record all of these like this week and next week. So therefore, I've got them all set up so I don't fall behind again. But anyway, let's continue on with this pixel art tutorial. Let's head up here. We finished with the black. We are going to need some more black, but not much. So, let's do this section here. And starting right here, where we've got these oak logs, underneath these 3 oak logs, you're going to place a green terracotta. Lime terracotta, sorry. And then come up here to where you've got this oak log. Underneath that, place a lime terracotta. Come up to this lime terracotta up here where you had these 2 lime terracottas being linked to these 3. And from the top block of those 2, on the left, you're going to place 2 oak logs going across to the left like so. So, underneath the right block of those 2, you are going to place a melon. Go to the second block of these 2 oak logs, and on top of it, place a jungle log with a melon on top. This is going to be an empty space above it. So there's a lot of empty spaces up here, so I'm just gonna not say any filling in, and we're gonna hope for the best. I will show you where I do fill in to prevent you from making a mistake, and I'll also show you a bit of it afterwards as well. If I do ever have to do filling in, I'm hoping I can do it without. Anyway, from this melon, you are going to place 3 melons going down to the left like so. From the middle block of those 3 on the left, so right here, you place 1 melon. Using that as the center block, place 3 melons going up on the left, creating this H shape. From the top block of these 3, to the left of it, place a melon, go back to that top block, and place a melon above it. We're going to need yellow. I didn't get yellow. Grab yellow wool, and where you've got this H, and you've got this melon here, place a yellow above that melon, and a yellow below that melon. Now, go back to this melon here, and from this melon, you're going to place 4 melons going up on the left like so. Starting from the second block of those melons on the right there, you're going to place 4 melons going up to the right, linked. From the second block of those melons on the right, place 2 melons going up on the right. On top of that, place a linked 2 yellow wools going across to the right. To the right of that, place a lime terracotta, with a linked 4 melons going down to the right. The left bottom block of those 4 on the left, place 3 melons going up. And from the middle block of those 3 on the left, place a yellow wool. This is going to be an empty space. Underneath this yellow wool, you're going to place a melon with a lime terracotta to the left of it. Underneath that lime terracotta, you can place a linked 2 lime terracottas going across to the right. Underneath the first block of those 2, place a green terracotta. And to the right of the second block of those 2, so right there, you can place a green terracotta. The green terracotta going diagonally down to the right. On top of that green terracotta, you can place a linked 2 lime terracottas going across on the upper level to the right. And on top of the second block of those 2, place a green terracotta with lime terracotta, sorry, with a green terracotta above it. Go back to this second block, and on the right of it, place a green terracotta. Go back to this green terracotta up here. Place a green wool above it, with 6 lime terracottas above that, like so. Then place a linked 2 lime terracottas going up to the right. Go back to the 6th block, and on the left of it, place 5 green terracottas going down. Lime terracottas, sorry. I keep getting the 2 mixed up. Limes going down like so. To the bottom block of those 5 on the left, place 2 jungle logs going up like so, with 2 melons going up to the left of that, like this. On top of those 2 melons, place a yellow wool with a green wool to the right of it. Top of that, place a green terracotta on top of the green wool. And then on top of that green terracotta, place an oak log with a yellow wool going diagonally up to the right with an oak log above that. From the top block of those two on the right, place 2 melons going down to the right. From the top block of those two on the right, place 2 green terracottas going across to the right, like so. Underneath these 2 lime terracottas, which we had linked from these 6, you are going to place a green terracotta with 2 green wools below it, with 3 green terracottas below that. From the middle block of those 3 on the right, I'm going to have to grab a coal block, because from the middle block of this 3 on the right, place 2 coal blocks going up to the right, and then black wool. On top of that, place a black wool with a linked 2 black wools going down to the right. I've got grey wool. Underneath those 2 black wools, you can place a grey wool with a cyan terracotta below it, with a green terracotta below that. And you're then going to come up here to where you've got this green terracotta, and you can place a black wool to the right of it, like so. You're then going to grab your block of coal. You're not going to need it straight away, but we're going to need it in a second, because you're going to come to this oak log here, which is above the yellow, and on top of that oak log, you're going to place... Oh, I haven't thought this through. You're going to place a melon on top of the oak log, with a green terracotta above that, with a block of coal above that. I can now get my yellow wool back. There we go. So, coming from this green... Actually, from the right hand side... I've done something wrong here. Ah, block of coal. I placed that too early. On top of this green terracotta here, you're going to place a spruce log and then a block of coal. And to the right of this spruce log, you're going to place a green terracotta, with a green terracotta going diagonally up to the right. Then place a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the right, with a green terracotta above that. Go to these 2 melons here, and then where you've got this melon here that's up to diagonally to the left, you can place a melon diagonally up to the right. And I'm going to have to get another block here. I am going to have to get the... It's light grey, I think. Yeah, it's light grey. Light grey terracotta, and place it underneath that melon, like so. Come to this oak log here. On top of it, you're going to place a light grey terracotta. And I can grab my yellow again. I won't need it for a bit, but now you're going to, with your lime terracotta, you're going to fill in this empty space here. I'm doing it on camera. Fill in that with your lime terracotta. With your green wool, this is going to be harder to do. You're going to fill in this one empty space here with your green wool. Do it on camera to make sure it's okay. So just fill this in, making sure to go everywhere it follows, but don't go across diagonally, because that will go into spaces which we don't want to fill in. And that should look like that. So make sure it looks exactly like this. Pause it now and make sure it looks exactly like this, or at least as close to this as you can. If you do want to change it slightly, go ahead. Just, it's still not exactly your pixel art, so still credit me or something. I don't know. Do what you like with it, really. Anyway, we're gonna go over here to where you got this melon here, these 4 melons that go up from these 4 melons, and from the top block of these 4 melons here, which is the second 4 melons, you are going to place 2 melons going across on the upper level to the left, like so. On top of the first block of those 2, place an oak log. On top of the second block of those 2, place 3 melons going up, like so. On top of those 3 melons, you can place 2 lime terracottas on top of it. On the top block of those 2 on the right, place a lime terracotta with a jungle log above it. Then place a linked 2 yellow wools going across to the left. Underneath the second block of those 2, place a melon with a yellow wool going diagonally down to the left, with 2 blocks going down to the left. Then place from the top block a linked 2 yellow wools going up to the left, and then place 1 yellow wool going diagonally up to the left. I don't know how those blocks were placed. From this yellow block, you're going to place a yellow wool going diagonally down to the left. Go back to this one we had up to the left, so, and underneath it, so right there, you are going to place 5 yellow walls going down like so, with a lime terracotta going diagonally down to the left. Place a melon to the left of that. Go back to this lime terracotta. Underneath it, place a linked 2 melons going across to the right, with a linked 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. Underneath the third block of those 3, underneath it, place a melon. On top of that third block, place 2 melons. And top of the middle block of those 3, place 3 melons, like so. Go up here to where you had this yellow wall going diagonally down to the left, and from it you're going to place a linked 2 melons going across to the left. On top of the second block of those 2, so right there, you're going to place 4 melons going across to the right, like so. On top of the fourth block, so right there, you're going to place 3 melons going up. From the middle block of those 3, on the right, place 2 yellow walls going across to the right. From the first block of those 2, underneath it, place 2 yellows going down. As you can tell, it looks like a bit of a mess, but it just shows his hair and then the shambles that it's in. Okay, you're now going to move down here to where you've got this spruce log here. And to the right of it, you're going to place a linked 3 yellow walls going up to the right like so, with a melon going diagonally up to the left. Underneath that melon, place 2 melons. Go back to this melon, and from that melon, place a yellow wall going diagonally up to the right. This spot here will be an empty space. On top of this yellow wall, you are going to place 3 melons going up like so. Go back to this yellow wall, and to the right of it, place 2 melons, with 1 melon going diagonally up to the right. That will be 3 in total. I didn't realize that we were this close. But yeah, that's what this is going to look like. Go back to these 2 melons we had going across on the lower level, and underneath it, you are going to place, well, underneath the first block, you're going to place 3 blocks going down like so. Underneath the second block, place 2 melons going down like so. On top of both of these melons, you're going to place 2 lime terracottas there. From the left block of those 2, place 1 lime terracotta going up with a yellow wall above it, with 4 yellow walls above that. And from the top block of those 4 on the right, place a linked 2 yellow walls going up to the right. Go back to these 4 and go to the bottom block on the left, so right there. You are going to place 6 yellow walls going up like so. From the top block of those 2 on the left, place 2 yellow walls going down. The yellow wall going diagonally down to the left, with the yellow wall going diagonally down to the right from that. This will be an empty space. Go up here to where you had these 2 going down with yellows, and on the left of the top block, place a melon. Go to these 6 yellow walls we had going up, and from the top of it, you can place a melon with 2 melons going up on the right. From the top block of those 2 on the right, place a lime terracotta with a jungle log to the left of it, with a spruce log to the left of that. These create really nice gradient, that's why I use them. On top of the jungle log, you are going to place a melon with 2 linked lime terracottas going up to the right. And then, you can't fill this in yet. Okay, underneath these 2 green walls, you are going to place 4 lime terracottas going down like so. From the middle block, well, the second block of those 2 on the right, place 2 lime terracottas going down like so. On top of these 2, place a light grey terracotta like so. Cool, that's done. On top of that, place a melon with a green terracotta on top of that. And then place 2 lime terracottas going up to the right with a green terracotta on top of that. To the right of that green terracotta, so right there, place a linked 2 oak logs going down to the right. From the bottom block of those 2 on the right, place a green terracotta. Go back to these 2 oak logs, and underneath them, you are going to place 2 lime terracottas going down, with a linked 2 lime terracottas going down to the left. You can fill in this one empty space here with your green wool. I'll do that on camera with you as well. And then come over here to where you've got these lime terracottas. From these 2 lime terracottas here, from the right block, you can place a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the right with 2 green wool on top of it. Go back to these 2, and where you've got this right block, place 2 green wools on top of that with 2 green terracottas on top of that. From the top block of those 2 on the right, place a green terracotta. Fill in this one empty space, doing it on camera with your melons. So that should look like that. So then you are going to come here to where you've got these 2 oak logs, and on top of them you're going to place a jungle log with a lime terracotta above it. Then come over here to where you've got these 2 lime terracottas. On top of it, place a melon with a jungle log to the right of it. And I'm going to have to change my pictures. So on top of this jungle log, so right there, you're going to place 6 lime terracottas going up like so. From the top block on the left, place a linked 2 lime terracottas going up to the left. Go back to this 6th block, and from the top block on the right, place a linked 2 lime terracottas going up to the right with a green terracotta above that. From that green terracotta, you can place a green terracotta going diagonally up to the right. And I'm going to have to grab... I don't need melons for a while, so I'll grab the light grey terracotta, which is going to go above this green terracotta, with a cyan terracotta above that, with a green terracotta above that. Come back down here to where you've got these 2 lime terracottas, which are linked up to the right. Underneath it, place an oak log with 2 green walls below it. No, not 2 green walls, 2 green terracottas, sorry. I said it and did it wrong, it's fine. I've changed it now, this is what you're going to need. Come back to these 5 spruce logs we have going up. On top of it, you are going to place a green terracotta with an oak log above that, with a cyan terracotta above that, with an oak log above that. On top of that, you're going to place a green terracotta with 2 jungle logs going diagonally down to the left like so. Underneath the 2nd block, you're going to place 2 oak logs going down. From the top block of those 2 on the right, you're going to place a light grey terracotta going diagonally up to the right. You're going to need melons again now. So where you've got these 2 oak logs here, from the top block, place a melon on the left with a linked 2 melons going across on the upper level to the left. Go to this jungle log. On top of it, place 2 lime terracottas going up with a lime terracotta to the top block of to left of the top block of those. I'm forgetting how to speak, it seems. From this, the top block of these 2 lime terracottas, you're going to place 2 oak logs going diagonally up to the right, going up on the right. On top of that, place 3 lime terracottas going up like so. On top of that, place a green terracotta with a linked 2 green walls going across on the upper level to the right. On top of the left block of those 2, you're going to place 2 spruce logs going up with a green wall above that, 2 spruce logs above that, and then place a green wall going diagonally up to the right, with 2 blocks going up to the right with a linked 3 blocks going up to the right. From the top block of those 2, on top of it, you can place a green terracotta with a lime terracotta going diagonally down to the left. Come to this green wall here, and to the right of it, you are going to place a lime terracotta with a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the right. Go to this first lime terracotta, and underneath it, place a green terracotta with a green wall below it. I'm going to need a block of coals and stuff again, so I'm going to grab a block of coal and my black wool. So underneath this, you're going to place a block of coal with a black wall to the right of it, with a linked 2 black walls going across on the lower level to the right. To the right of that, place a green terracotta with 2 lime terracottas going across to the right of that. From the left block of those 2, underneath it, place a linked 2 going across to the left, with a green terracotta going diagonally down to the left of that. And then you're going to come over here to where you've got these 2 spruce logs, and from the bottom block on the right, place a green terracotta, a cyan terracotta above that, with a lime terracotta above that. On top of that lime terracotta, you're going to place 2 black walls going up. And on top of this green, you're going to place a block of coal. So you're then going to come back down here to where you've got these 2 lime terracottas going across to the right. To the right of that, place a green terracotta, with a green terracotta going diagonally down to the right. Go back to this green terracotta we have here. Actually, fill in this empty space here. It's a pretty small space, so I'll fill it on with you on camera. Fill it in with your green wool. Come up here to where you've got this. Oh, that should look like that, by the way. Come up here to where you've got this green terracotta, and to the right of the top block, place 2 green walls going across the right, with a green terracotta to the right of that, with green terracotta going diagonally up to the right. Place a linked 2 blocks going down with your jungle blocks. Underneath it, place a green terracotta with a green terracotta going diagonally up to the right. On top of that, place 2 lime terracottas going up. From the bottom block of those 2 on the right, place a green terracotta going diagonally down to the right, with a green terracotta going diagonally down to the left. From that, to the right of that green terracotta, you're going to need your melons and your yellow wool. Thank God pick block was added to the game. To the right of this, you're going to place a melon with a yellow wool going diagonally up to the right, with 2 melons going up to the left of that. On top of that, you're going to place 2 yellow wools, go to these 2 lime terracottas, and on top of it, place 4 yellow wools. And to the third block on the left, place a yellow wool with a jungle log going diagonally down to the left, with a lime terracotta to the left of that, with a melon going diagonally up to the left from that. Yes. I got confused for a second and I got lost. It's all a bit of a mess here, so underneath this melon, you can place a yellow wool with a linked 3 melons going down to the right. From the middle block of those 3 on the left, place a melon, go back to these 3, and from the bottom block, you can place a melon going diagonally down to the right. And then to the right of that, you're going to place a linked 2 lime terracottas going up to the right, with a melon on top of it. Go back to this these 2 from the top block. From the second block on the left, place a 2 lime terracottas going up to the left. Go back to this second block on the right, place a lime terracotta with a yellow wool above it, and then fill in this empty space here with your melons. As you can see, it is a mess, and it gets even worse. Like, second, this starts looking like it repeats everywhere. So it could take some time for me to do this. I might have to go slightly slower. On top of these melons, you're going to place 2 jungle logs going up like so, with 2 jungle logs going across to the right of that top block, and then place 2 melons to the right of that. Yeah, this is going to be hard to do, but I'm going to try. I'm going to get rid of spruce. I got rid of the wrong one. Because I don't think I'll need that for a while. I won't need oak either. No, yeah. So I'm going to get, if I can find it, here we go. You're going to get birch planks and sand. Oops. Because we're getting into this section here, which is pretty good. Then I'll come back and add all these green parts on top of it, which is really cool. But first I'm going to do this section while I'm here. So where you've got these 2 jungle logs, which is actually 3 if you look at it, from the middle block of those 3 to right there, you can place a lime terracotta with a jungle log above it, with a lime terracotta to the left of that, place a green terracotta below that, go back to this lime terracotta and place 2 lime terracottas going across on the upper level to the left. In the middle block of the first block of those, on top of it, you can place a green terracotta with a green wool with a jungle wood to the left, and go back to that green wool, place a jungle wood to the right, go to this jungle wood on the left, and place a lime terracotta with a linked 2 lime terracottas going up to the left. From the bottom block of those 2, place a birch plank going diagonally down to the left with 2 sand above it, then place a sand going diagonally up to the right. Place a jungle log to the left of that sand, go back to that sand, and on top of it place a lime terracotta with 2 birch planks going diagonally down to the right, like so. From those 2 birch planks on top from the top block, you can place a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the right. I'm doing those green parts later, I keep forgetting. Okay, go back to this birch plank we have here, and place a jungle log to the left of it, with a green wool below it, with the green wool going diagonally down to the right. And then place 2 green terracottas going down to the left, with the green terracotta going across to the right of the bottom block of those 2. And then place 3 green terracottas going across on the lower level to the right, From the middle block of those 3 underneath it, place a green terracotta, with 3 green terracottas going across on the lower level to the left. The middle block of those 3 underneath it, place a green terracotta, and then place a lime terracotta to the right of that, with a lime terracotta going diagonally down to the right of that. So where you've got these 3 here, we actually add down to the right. On the first and third blocks underneath it, place a lime terracotta, but in this empty space here with your lime terracotta, and come up here to where you've got this green wool. To the right of it, place 2 green terracottas going across to the right. Underneath the second block, place a green terracotta. On top of the second block, place a melon. But coming back in here, you are going to fill this empty space here in with your green terracotta. Going to quickly grab spruce log. Where you've got this space here, fill that in with your spruce log. And then fill in this empty space here with your green wool. As you can see, pretty confusing to do, but we got through it, which is pretty cool. I think that's probably the most confusing section, so it's just going to get easier. Where you've got this empty space here, fill that in with your birch planks. Yeah, I think I might just go down here quickly. Underneath this melon here, you're going to place a jungle log with 3 lime terracottas below it, with a green terracotta below that. Yeah, that was pretty easy to do. And now you can fill in this empty space here with your green wool. Cool. So, as I said, we're going to go back and do this part later. I'm going to continue up here so we can get the top of the head finished, and we can get the actual height of this finished, really. So come over here to where we've got this yellow wool here, and on top of it, with your birch planks, you are going to place 6 birch planks going up like so. From the 5th block on the left, so right there, you're going to place 4 birch planks going up like so. On top of these 6, with your sand, you're going to place 4 sand going up. From the 2nd block on the right, place 1 sand. Go back to these 4 blocks. On top of it, you're going to place a birch plank with a length 5 sand going up like so to the right. Go back to this birch plank, and to the left of it, you're going to place a melon with 3 birch planks going across on the upper level to the left. Go to the right block of those 3 and place 2 birch planks going across on the upper level to the right. Fill in this empty space here with your yellow wool. Come back to these 3, and to the left of the 3rd block, those birch, you're going to place 4 yellows going across to the left like so. From the top block of those 4, on the 4th block, so right there, you're going to place 3 melons going across to the right like so. Go back underneath it, and from the bottom block of those, on the 4th block, you're going to place 3 melons going across to the right. Underneath that 4th block, the 3rd block, sorry, of those 3, you're going to place a melon with a jungle log, birch plank to the right of it. Underneath that, place 3 melons going down like so. From the bottom block of those 3 on the right, place 3 melons going across to the right. From the 3rd block of those on top of it, place 2 melons going across to the left with a lime terracotta to the left of that. So right here, you are going to fill in this empty space here with your melons. It's only 2 blocks. This empty space here, you're going to fill in with your yellow wool. And now we're going to move up to this section, which is just going to require more and more yellows in these. So I'm just going to do a quick reorder of my inventory, just to put them slightly closer together. That looks better. Okay. So where you've got these 3 melons here, on top of the 3rd melon, so right there, you place a yellow wool with a birch plank to the right of it, with a yellow wool to the right of that, with a birch plank to the right of that, with 2 yellow wools on top of that birch plank. From the bottom block of those 2 on the right, place 2 birch planks going across to the right like so. From that, place a yellow wool going diagonally down to the right. On top of that, place a sand block. Go over, using that as the center block, that sand block, place 3 yellow wools going across on the, on top of it like that. To the left of that yellow wool, those yellow wools, you can place a melon. down here where you got these 2 melons, to the bottom block of those on the left, place a melon. And then fill in this empty space here with your yellow wool. So I'm going to have to do another picture change. We've done this section. And now we're going to work on this. So, see you in the next picture. So I've had a small infantry change, as you can see. I've got rid of sand for now, because it's going to be a pain to place all the sand, because we're going to have to place blocks below them. So I'm going to go through, mark all of those out, and then place the sand in afterwards, because basically, majority of this is sand. So we've actually got really close to finishing the top of the head. Then we'll come back and add all the darker green sections and blacks and stuff, because there's little speckles of that throughout. So yeah, we're going to start here, where you've got these 2 yellow walls. You can place a oak plank going diagonally up to the left of that. Underneath that, place a linked 2 green walls going across on the lower level to the left. Place a green terracotta below that with a green wall to the left of that. Then place a oak plank going diagonally down to the left. Then place 2 green walls going across on the upper level to the left. On top of the second block, right there, you can place 2 green walls on top with a lime terracotta on top of that. To the left of that lime terracotta, you place a jungle log. Underneath that, place a green terracotta with a lime terracotta below that. With a oak log below that, oak plank below that. From that oak plank, place an oak plank going diagonally up to the left. Go back to the oak plank, place an oak plank going diagonally down to the right. Go back to this oak plank up to the left. On top of it, place a melon. Where you've got this jungle log, place a oak plank above it with 2 birch planks going diagonally up to the right from it. Underneath the second block, you can place a linked 2 green walls going across on the lower level to the right. Then place a green wall going diagonally down to the right. Then a green wall going diagonally down to the left. Using that as the center block, place 3 green terracottas going across on the lower level. From the right block of those 3, you're going to place a green terracotta going down like so. Go back to this green terracotta. On top of it, you're going to place, on top of the third block, so right there, you can place a lime terracotta with a lime terracotta going up to the right, with a lime terracotta going up to the left. Go back to this lime terracotta here and place the lime terracotta going down to the right as well. On top of it, place a green wall, not a yellow wall, with a lime terracotta to the right of that. And then place 2 lime terracotta going across on the lower level to the right, the lime terracotta going diagonally up to the right. From that, on top of that, place a melon, 2 melons going down to the right. From the bottom block of those 2, on the left, place a birch plank. Go back to these 2, and on the right of the top block, on the bottom block, sorry, place a yellow wall with a birch plank above it, with a melon going diagonally up to the right of that, with a birch plank to the right of that. Go back to that melon. Underneath it, you're going to place a yellow wool. So then, you're going to come up here to where you've got these 2 melons, and on top of it, you're going to place 2 birch planks going up like so, with 2 by 2 of birch planks going diagonally up to the left. So that should look like that. From the bottom left block of that, underneath it, you're going to place a link. 2 melons going across to the left, with a melon going diagonally up to the left, with a melon going diagonally down to the left. From that, on the right of that, place a green terracotta with 2 green terracottas going across on the upper level to the left, with a melon to the left of that, with a yellow block above that, and 2 melons going across to the right from that. On top of the left block of those 2 melons, you're going to place a lime terracotta with a birch plank above it. On top of the right of those 2 melons, you can place a green terracotta with a green wall to the right of it, with a linked 2 green walls going across on the upper level to the right. On top of the first of those 2, so right there, you can place a jungle log, sorry, with a birch plank above it, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the oak plank going diagonally down to the left of that. Go back to this birch plank, and on the right of it, place a melon with a yellow wall below it, a yellow wall above it, and a 3 yellow walls to the right of it. Underneath the first yellow block and the third yellow block, place a birch plank with 3 yellow walls going down underneath the second of those 2 birch planks. on top of this 2x2 of birch planks on the top right above it, you're going to place a yellow wool with a yellow wool going diagonally up to the left, with a yellow wool to the right of that. Go underneath the one we had going up to the left and place a melon with a jungle log to the left of that. Underneath that, place 2 yellow wools going down like so. On the top block of those 2 on the left, place a birch plank. Come down here to where you've got this empty space here under these 2 melons. Underneath the right of those 2 melons, place 2 yellow wools going down. On the bottom block of those 2 on the left, place a melon with a green terracotta above it, with a birch plank to the left of that. So I've left these spaces because they've got black in, but where you've got this space and you've got these 2 green wools, from the first block of those 2 green wools to the left block underneath it, place a green terracotta. And up here where you've got this empty space, fill that in with yellow. Cool. Now the rest is either sand or not sand. So yeah, we'll come down here to this birch plank, and on top of it place 3 yellow wools going up on top of it with 2 melons on top of that. From the top block of those 2 melons on the right, place 3 melons going down to the right with a melon to the right of the bottom block of those 3. Place a yellow wool to the right of that with 2 birch planks going across to the right from that. On top of the second block of those 2, you're going to place a birch plank going up with 2 yellow wools going across to the right from that. Underneath that second block, place a birch plank, with a birch plank going up to the right, with another birch plank going up to the right of that. To the left of that birch plank, place 3 birch planks going across to the left, with a yellow wool to the right, left of that. Actually, place 3 yellow wools to the left of that, so that should look like that. And then place a birch plank going diagonally up from that, diagonally up to the left of that, with a melon going diagonally up to the left of that. On top of that melon, you are going to place 3 yellow wools going up like so, with 3 birch planks above it. From the top block of those 3 on the left, place 2 yellows. From the middle block of those 3 on the left, place 2 birch planks. And from the bottom block of those 3 on the left, place 3 yellows. Using that third yellow as the center block for 3 birch planks, place those like that. And fill in this one empty space here with your yellow wool. Doing it on camera to make sure it's all fine and dandy. Cool. Come over here to where you've got these 3 birch planks, and from the bottom block on the right, place a yellow wool with a linked 2 yellow wools going across on a lower level to the right. So you're then going to come up here to where you've got these 3 birch planks, and from the top block, using that as the center block, you can place 3 lime terracottas going across the top with a birch plank to the left of it, with 3 birch planks going across on top of it. A middle block of those 3 birch planks on top of it, that place a oak log with a melon to the right of it with a jungle log above that. Place a lime terracotta to the right with 3 green terracottas going down, linked down to the right. From the bottom block of those 3 on the left, place a green wool. This is going to be a block of coal, so we're going to leave that for now. Anyway, go where you've got these 3 green terracottas. From the top block on the right, place a lime terracotta, a green terracotta to the right of that, with a melon to the right of that. You're going to have a block of coal above that. We don't have a block of coal on there, but if you do, place it there. I'll come back and do it anyway. So on top of this green terracotta, you're going to place 2 lime terracottas going up like so. From the top block of those 2, on the right, place a lime terracotta. On the left, place a lime terracotta. Underneath that, place a green wool. You're going to go over here to this lime terracotta, and on top of that, you're going to place an oak plank. You're then going to come over here to where you've got these 3 lime terracottas, and from the top block, well, the right block of those, place 3 melons going across to the right. Underneath those 3 melons, place 3 melons. Underneath the left block of those 3 melons, so right there, you can place a yellow wool, with the yellow wool going diagonally down to the left, with a 2x2 with your birch planks down to the left of that. Underneath those 2, you're going to place 2 melons. From the bottom block of those, right block of those 2 melons, place a linked 2 melons going across on the lower level to the right. Underneath the second block, place a melon. On top of the second block, oh, I've got, no, I don't have a sand. That's a white wool. Why have I got white wool? I'm not going to need that for a while. I'm going to grab sand, because that will become useful. Place a yellow wool with a sand above it. So, there's actually quite a bit of sand that I need to place. So, on top of these three, you can place sand there with 2 sand here. From the bottom block of those 2 sand, on the right, place 2 birch planks with a sand block to the right of that. With 2 oak planks above that, with 2 birch planks going across linked to the right. From the 2 birch planks we have down here, you're going to place a lime terracotta with a sand above it. I'll leave that section for now. We're going to move down here to where we've got a bunch of sand to place in. Place a sand here. Here. Place a sand. We haven't got that far yet. You can't place it there. So where you've got this gap here, this L shape, which has an elongated thing. Underneath these 3 yellows, starting from the middle block, underneath them, place 3 yellows going across to the left with a sand filling in that empty space there. Yeah, okay. So where you've got this yellow here, these 3, you place a sand there, with a birch plank above it, with a sand above that, with a birch plank above it, with 2 yellow walls going across the right, with a yellow wall going diagonally down to the right of that. Then you're going to place a birch block to the right of that. On top of that birch block, you can place 2 sand going across, linked to the left, with a linked 2 sands going across on the upper level to the left. To the left of that, place 3 birch blocks going across. Not oak. Place 3 birch blocks going across. From the middle block of those 3, underneath it, place a birch log with a linked 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. From the left block of those 3 on the left, place a birch block going down. Fill in this 1 empty space here with your yellow wool. Like so. Come up here to where you've got these 3 birch planks, and from the top block of those, left block of those 3, place a linked 2 birch planks going across to the left. On top of the first block of those 2, place 2 yellow wools going up. From the bottom block of those 2 on the right, place a yellow wool with a birch plank to the right of that, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the right of that. So fill in this empty space, and that empty space with your sand. As you can see, the sand's just getting more and more concentrated the closer we get to the top. So you are now going to head over here to where you've got this birch plank here, and place a yellow wool going diagonally down to the right of that, like so. And then place 2 yellow wools going up on the right. From the top block of those 2 on the right, place a yellow wool with a sand above it, with a birch plank above that, and a sand above that, with a yellow wool above that, and place a 2x2 of birch planks going to the right. On top of that, that should look like that. On top of the upper left block, so right there, you can place a yellow with a birch plank above it, with a sand above that, with 2 birch planks above that. From the bottom block of those 2 on the right, place a birch plank. Okay. And on top of that, place a melon with a green terracotta on top of that, with a lime terracotta to the left of that. Go back to this green terracotta, and to the right of that, you're going to place a birch plank with a lime terracotta below it, and a melon to the right of that. On top of the melon, place a sand with a 2x2 of sand going diagonally up to the left, like so. So you're going to come over here to where you've got these melons. From the middle block of these 3 melons, so right there, you're going to place 4 birch planks going down, like so. From the second block of those 2 on the left, place 2 birch planks going down. Go back to this 4th block and place a linked 2 going down to the right, where you've got these 2 yellows going up here. To the left block of those 2, you can place a birch plank. Use that as center block for 3 birch planks going across. From the left block of those 3, on top of it, you can place 2 birch planks going up like so. And then come up here to where you've got these melons, and from the right block, those melons underneath, place 2 yellow walls going down like so. Now you can fill in this empty space, and this empty space in with your sand, and yeah, that empty space too. you're going to come over here to this yellow here, and underneath it you are going to place two birch planks going down with a linked 3 blocks going down to the left. And you're going to place a sand below this, but that just falls. So place 2 birch planks below it, and then place a sand. Fill in this empty space with your birch, and that empty space with your birch. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like to make sure it's all good. So pause now and do this. So we're now going to get up here to where I'm not going to do as much sand placing now, because this is where white and stuff starts coming in. And then I'll place the sand in afterwards, because this is basically a large portion of sand with a couple of these going striked through it. But some of these are floating and stuff, so I'm going to have to place sand to connect them up. Anyway, we're going to start down here where you've got this birch plank, and on the right of it you can place a yellow wool with a yellow wool going diagonally up to the right. Place a birch plank there, and to the right of this yellow wool you're going to place 4 birch planks going across to the right. Starting from the left block of those 4, on top of it place 5 yellow wools going across to the right, with a melon on top of the 5th block, with a yellow wool above that and a melon above that. From the right of this to the right of this melon, so right there, you can place 2 yellow wools going across to the right. From the first block of those 2, on top of it place a yellow wool, a birch plank on top of it with a white wool on top of that, with a white wool going diagonally up to the left. To the left of that place 2 yellow wools going across to the left with a birch plank. Underneath the birch plank you place 2 birch planks going across on a lower level to the right. Underneath that place a yellow wool with a melon below it. Fill in this empty space here with your yellow wool. Come over here to where you've got this melon and place 3 birch planks going down across on a lower level to the right. On top of the 3rd block place a birch plank going up to the right with 2 birch planks going across on the upper level to the right block of the 2nd block. Underneath it place a birch plank. Go to this birch plank here and place 2 birch planks going up on the left like so. To the right of that place a yellow wool, use that as center block for 3 yellow wools going across like so. Underneath the right block of those 3 you're going to place a birch plank. On top of the right block of those 3 place 4 birch planks going up like so. From the 2nd block of those 4 on the right you're going to place 2 birch planks going across to the right. Place a sand on top of the 2nd block with a birch plank above it, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the left of this. Come to this side where you've got these 3 and this 4. From the bottom block of those 4 on the left place 2 birch planks going across to the left, with 2 birch planks going across on the lower level to the left. On top of the 2nd block of those 2, so right there, you can place a birch plank going up with 3 birch planks going up on the left, with a birch plank going diagonally up to the left with a white wool to the left of that. Come down here to where you've got these and these 2 birch planks. On top of it place a yellow wool and place a birch plank above it with 2 birch planks going diagonally down to the right. Or go linked down to the right, sorry, like that. So you're now going to head over here back to these 4 blocks. Is that right? No, it's not right. You're going to come over here, sorry, to where you've got these 2 blocks here, and starting there on top of it you're going to place a linked 3 birch planks going across to the left. Underneath that place like in that space just fill it in with your birch planks. Go back to this block, the first block of those 3. On top of it place 3 birch planks going up like so, with 2 birch planks going up on the right. Go back to these 3. On the top block of those 2 place a yellow wool going diagonally up to the left, with a birch plank to the left of that, with a birch plank going diagonally up to the left of that. Place a sand above that birch plank and place 2 birch planks going across on the upper level to the right. On top of those 2 place 2 yellows, and to the right of those place a birch plank with 2 melons going across to the left of it. From the left block of those melons, starting on top of it, you can place 1 melon going up, with a melon going diagonally up to the right, with a yellow wool to the right of that. And then place 3 birch planks going across on the upper level to the right of that. Go to the left block of those 3 and place a linked 2 blocks going across to the left. you're going to come down here to where you've got this melon here, and to the left of it place 3 birch planks going up to the left. From the top block of those 3 on the left, place a birch plank. The middle block of those 3 on the right, place a birch plank. And I'll do the 3 sands here with a sand on top of the middle block of those 3 there. And yeah, I'm not going to fill this in yet actually. So right here where you've got this birch plank, on top of it place 2 yellow walls going up like so. Come over here to where you've got this sand, and to the right of it, starting there, you are going to place 5 birch planks going down like so. From the bottom block of those 5 on the right, place 2 birch planks going up like so. From that, you're going to place a linked 8 blocks with your birch planks going up to the right like so. From the 6th block on the right, place a birch plank, and from the 3rd block on the right, place 3 birch planks going across the right. From the 3rd block of those 3, underneath it, place 2 birch planks going across the left with 2 yellow walls going down like so. Go back to this 3rd block and place 2 birch planks going up to the right with a yellow on top of that and a birch plank on top of that. Go back to these 2 from the top block on the left, place a birch plank. So come down here to these 2 white walls we have going up, and on top of it place a sand with a birch plank going. Is that right? That can't be right. Hold on. So what I said is right. I've realized my mistake. I've placed 6 blocks here. I did say 5. So I'm just going to bring this all up by 1. But I did say 5. So technically I was right. And I did it. I thought it right. It's just I didn't do it right. So that should have looked like this anyway. That still isn't right. That's because this block doesn't exist. So that should look like that. Made a mistake, fixed it, just bring that all up by 1 from this point. I did say 5 blocks, I ended up placing 6, I miscounted. So if you do end up ever getting to a scenario like that, just go back and count and stuff. Or skip forward slightly to see if I've shown you what I've done in that area. And just look at that and compare it to yours. See if you can trace back from where you are, from a point to which you know I was right. Because I was looking at my picture, realised this is right, so it must be something that happens here, and I realised this was too many blocks. So always look back, and that's a good way to check. Anyway, from this sand, you're going to place a birch plank going diagonally up to the right. Yeah, that's by itself. It's a bit alone. Anyway, you're going to come down here to where you've got these 2 birch planks here, and on top of it place 2 sand blocks going up with 2 birch planks going across on the upper level to the right linked. In the right block of those 2, place a sand, the yellow wool above it. To the left block of that yellow wool, place a birch plank. To the right block of that yellow wool, place a birch plank. So you're going to come down here back to these 8 blocks. So going back to these 8 blocks, from the top block of those 8, you're going to place 2 birch planks going up to the right with a melon on top of it, with a birch plank on top of that melon, with a yellow on top of that birch plank, with a birch plank to the left of that yellow. Place a melon to the left of that with 2 melons going across on the upper level to the right. Place a birch plank to the right of that with a linked 2 birch planks going across to the left, with a yellow to the left of that with a birch plank on top of that. Go back to this melon here, and underneath it place a yellow wool and a birch plank. Go back to this melon again, place a birch plank going diagonally up to the left. Place a white wool going diagonally up to the left with a birch plank above it. So on top of this melon, place 2 sands going up with a linked 2 sands going up to the left like so. So it's going to actually be easier to move over here and work our way back, so we don't have to keep placing sand pillars. So we're going to head over to where you've got these 2 blocks here. We're going to go 2 diagonals down. Actually, we'll go to these 2 blocks, and on the right of them place 1 sand with a sand diagonally down, and place the sand on top of that. And to the right of that sand there. You're going to place 3 birch planks going to the right. From the left block of those 3, place a birch block below it. For the middle block of those 3, so right here, you can place 2 yellow walls going up like so, with a yellow wall going across from to the right. Place a melon below it. Using that second block there as the center block, place 3 melons going across to the right. A melon on top of the right block of that. Go back to these 3 blocks, place a melon going diagonally down to the left, with a birch wood to the left of it. 2 birch planks going across on the upper level to the left. On top of the second block of those 2, place a yellow wall with 2 birch planks going up to the left, with a birch plank to the left of the second block. It's like upside down now. These are going to be pretty common, so if I build one of these, just do one. I'm going to roughly explain it quickly, but so underneath that birch plank, place a yellow wall. On top of the birch plank, place a yellow wall with 4 birch planks going up. On top of it, to the left block of the bottom block of those 2, place 2 birch planks going up with 4 yellow walls on top of that, and place 3 melons on top of that with a birch plank above it, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the left with an oak log above that. Underneath this birch plank, you're going to place a yellow wall with 2 melons going down like so. From the top block of those 2, on the left, place a birch plank with place a melon with a birch plank below it, and then place a melon below that with it linked to 2 birch planks going down to the left, and then place a birch plank going down to the left with a yellow wall above it and a melon above that. Go back to the left of this yellow wall and place a yellow wall going diagonally down to the left, with 2 blocks going across on a lower level to the right. Starting from the right block of those, place a linked 2 blocks going up to the right with a block on top of the second block, and place a birch plank going to the right with a sand above it. Go back to this second block of these 2 yellows and place a yellow block below it with a linked 2 melons going down to the left. A birch plank below it. Go back to these 2 melons and place a linked 3 yellow walls going down to the left. For the middle block of those 3, on the left, place a birch plank with 2 birch planks going down on the left. On top of these 3 yellow walls, place a birch plank. Come up here to this yellow and place a linked 2 birch planks going across to the left. On top of the right block of those 2, place a sand with 2 birch planks to the left of that. On top of the first block of those 2, starting on top of it, place 2 birch planks to the right. Starting on top of the second of those 2, the 2 we had to the left of the sand, you can place 2 birch planks going up, with a birch plank going up to the right, with a birch plank going up to the left. On top of the block going up to the right, place 2 sand above it, with a lime terracotta above that, with 3 lime terracottas going down to the right. From the right of the bottom block of those 3, place 2 melons going across to the right. To the right of the top block of those 3, place 1 melon going to the right with a sand below it, and a green terracotta to the right of that, with a green terracotta going diagonally down to the right of that. On top of that, place a lime terracotta with a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the left of that. To the right of that lime terracotta, you can place a green wall. Go back to this lime terracotta. On top of it, place a sand. On top of this lime terracotta here, place a sand. Go to this lime terracotta here, and from that, place a green terracotta going diagonally up to the left, with 2 lime terracottas to the left of that. From the right block of those 2 lime terracottas below it, place a lime terracotta with a melon below it, with a melon going diagonally up to the right. Go underneath that melon and place a green wall, with a green wall going diagonally down to the left, with a green wall going diagonally up to the left from that, with a green wall going diagonally down to the left from that. To the right of that green wall, place a yellow wall like so. Underneath that yellow wall, you can place a melon with a melon going across to the right like so. By the way, I am speaking pretty fast here, I know. You can slow it down in YouTube, I think. If not, just take it step by step. You're gonna have to pause it a bit. Sorry. Anyway, from these top 2 blocks here on the left, you're gonna place 2 green terracottas going across to the left like so, with 2 lime terracottas going across to the left of that, with 3 melons going across to the left of that. From the right block of those 3, underneath it, place 2 melons going down like so, with a birch block below it, with a birch block going diagonally down to the left. And then go back to this birch block here, which we had underneath the melons, and place 3 yellow walls below it with a birch plank below it, with a birch plank going diagonally up to the left. Go back to these 3 yellow walls, and on the right of it, place 3 birch planks going across to the right, with a birch plank going diagonally up to the right. Go back to these 3, and from the middle block underneath it, place a birch plank going down, and from the middle block above it, place 2 birch planks going across to the left. Go back to this first one of these 2 birch planks, and place a birch plank going diagonally up to the right, with a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the left. go back to this birch plank and place a oak plank going up to the right. So you're going to fill in this empty space here with your melons. I'll do this on camera with you, like so. Fill in this empty space with your melon as well. Underneath these two melons, on the left of those two melons, you're going to place a yellow wool, and on the right, place two yellow wools going down, with a yellow wool going diagonally down to the left. On top of that yellow wool, place a birch plank. Underneath that yellow wool, you can place a linked two birch planks going across to the right. On top of that second yellow wool, place a sand. Go back to these two, and on the right of that, place a yellow wool. Underneath that, place a birch plank, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the left, with two birch planks going down on the left. From the bottom block of those two, on the left, place a birch plank with a yellow wool above it, with two melons above that and a yellow wool above that. Go to the left of top block, left of the top block of those melons, and place a birch plank with three yellows going down from it. Have I done that wrong? Hold on. No, you're gonna ignore what I said with the yellows. Go to this yellow wool here, and on the left of that, you're gonna place a birch plank with two blocks going down on the left, like so. Then place a linked two blocks going down to the left. Then place a linked three blocks going down to the left. From the middle block of those three, on the left, place three blocks going down to the left. Underneath that, place a yellow wool. Using that as the center block, place three birch planks going across here. Underneath it, from the left of those, place a linked two blocks going up to the left, across on the upper level to the left. From the right block of those, place two blocks going up. Underneath the one we had going to the left here, place a yellow wool. Go back go to the right of these three blocks we have down here, and from the top block, place a linked three blocks going across on the upper level to the right to the left. No, nothing to do with the left, just to the right. For the middle block of those three, place a birch plank above it. On the third block of those three, place a yellow wool with two birch planks above that. To the right of that top block of the birch planks, place a birch plank there with two yellows below it, with a birch plank going diagonally down to the right from that. So where you've got these two yellows and you've got this birch plank, place three birch planks above it. Fill in this empty space, and that empty space with your sand. It's gone now. I'll sort that out later. Oh, it's at the bottom. I'll sort it out later. So you're going to come up here. You're going to fill in this empty space with your yellow, and this empty space with your yellow. You are going to fill in this empty space here with your birch. And yeah, we haven't made it across the top yet. Okay, so you're going to go up here quickly, place two sand here. You're going to go on top of this block here and place three sand going up, just so we've got the top part marked out. So when we do fill in, it's going to be easier to follow along. Come over here to where you've got these two or whatever blocks here. Yeah, two birch planks here, and go to the left block of those two. Place three sand going up, and to the right of that also place three blocks going up. Your sand. That's going to be like going across to the birch plank that's over here. So we're going to get to that birch plank right now. So where you've got these three melons here on top of the right block of those three. So right there, you place two birch planks going up. From the bottom block of those, on the right, place a birch plank with a melon to the right of that, a sand to the right of that. Going to leave one space, place a birch plank with sand to the right of that. Go back to this melon, and on top of it, place two sand going across to the left. To the left of these, you can place a 2x2 with your sand. From the top block of those, sand on the left, place a melon with two birch planks going across to the left. So we're now going to have to work ourselves back down here to where you got this birch plank here. So starting from that, you can place two birch planks going up to the left, a yellow wool above it, with a birch plank above that, a birch plank going diagonally up to the right, and then a yellow wool going diagonally up to the left. And go from this straight to the right and look down one block, because right here you're going to place 2 birch planks going up on the left like so. That should look like that, by the way. These two should be at the same level, so that should help slightly with working out where it is. Anyway, come back to these 2 birch here, and to the left of the bottom block, place a birch plank with 2 yellows below it, and a birch plank below that. To the left of these yellows, so right there, you can place 3 birch planks going across to the left like so, with a yellow wool to the left of that. Underneath that yellow wool, you can place 2 birch planks going down, with 2 birch planks going up to the right of that. That should look like that. Go to these 3 birch planks, and starting on top of the middle block of those 3, place 2 birch planks going up like so, with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 birch planks going up to the right of that. From the top block of those 7 on the right, place 2 blocks going to the right. On top of those 2 blocks, place 2 yellow blocks. On top of those 2 yellow blocks, place 2 birch planks. On top of the right block of those 2, place a yellow wool with a birch plank above it, with 2 birch planks going down to the right linked to that. Underneath those 2, place a yellow. The yellow will go in diagonally up to the right. On top, from that top of the yellow, place 2 melons going across on the upper level to the right. On top of both melons, place 2 yellows. From the bottom block of those 2 melons, 2 yellows there, place a yellow with 2 birch planks going across linked on top of it to the left. So you're then going to come back down here to this yellow here. On top of it, place 2 birch planks. On top of this birch plank here, place 3 birch planks, and with a linked 4 birch planks going up on the right. Okay, this is going to be a pain to link up. We've got a little thing to make here, so that should help slightly. Slightly is the key word here. So where you've got these 2 birch planks here, you're going to place 2 sand on top of the left of those, because the other one's got yellow above it. So right there. And to the left of that, you're going to place a birch plank with 4 birch planks going across on a lower level to the left. On top of the 4th block of those, place a yellow wool. On top of the 2nd block of those, place a birch plank. And so, starting here, you can place a sand, and place a sand there. On top of each of those sands, you're going to place 2 birch planks on top of each one. So go to these left birch planks first. From the bottom block of those on the right, place a birch plank with a melon on top of it, with a birch plank on top of that, with a birch plank going diagonally up to the right of that. Underneath that, place a lime terracotta, a melon to the right of it, with 2 sand on top of it. Go back to this melon, and underneath it, place a birch plank. So fill in this empty space here with your sand. I've done it again. So that is actually all of this marked out. So in theory, I could tell you to go and fill in all of these empty spaces. But there's the problem of this giant hole on the top. So I think I'm just going to grab warp planks. These weren't out when I created the pixel art, so you're going to remove these afterwards. Just place them across the top here. Place 5 of them to the right of this, to the left of this birch plank. You can delete those afterwards, or you could just know that that's going to be a straight line across the top. Actually, it's not going to be a straight line. You can delete the first block of those 5 and replace it with the sand. Now it's going to be a straight line underneath it. Like, it's going to be there. So, go ahead and fill all of this in. Up to there. Like, just fill in this empty space here. There's 1 empty space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 empty spaces. So go ahead and fill those in with your sand, and I'll be back once that's been done. So, I did time-lapse that, so that should have helped slightly. You could follow along slightly, filling in the right spaces. You can delete these blocks now. I've grabbed the spruce logs and blocks of coal. You're going to place a block of coal in this space, block of coal in this space, spruce log there, with a sand above that spruce log. You're going to come down here. You're going to place a spruce log in here. In this space here, you can place a spruce log there, block of coal there. Fill that empty space there with your block of coal. And yeah, it's all of that going down. So we're now going to move over here so I can finish off this part of the hair. And that'll basically mark just this part and that part left, which it'll be cool, it'll be monumental. So I'm going to start work on this part and change pictures and stuff, and we'll do this. So I'm going to start with the sands down here, starting on this block right here. So you're going to place 3 sands going up like so, with a linked 3 sands going up, with a linked 2 sands going up with a sand to the left of that. And that means I can get rid of this sand and grab the jungle wood, which is going to be more useful because we're going to use that more. So right here you can place 2 yellow walls here with a birch plank below it. To the right of these yellow walls you place 2 birch planks. Underneath the second block of those 2 place a yellow wall with a birch plank below it. To the right of that place a birch plank with a melon above it. Place a melon below it with 2 melons to the right of it, and from underneath this first block of those melons place a melon. Right here you're going to fill this empty space here with your birch planks. And up here you can place 2 yellow walls with 3 yellow walls going across on the upper level to the right, with a birch plank to the right of that and a birch plank going diagonally down to the left from that. Place 3 melons going down like that, and fill in this empty space here with your yellow. And then go back here and place a linked 2 blocks going up with your melons, then a linked 3 blocks going up with the melons, and to the left of the melons place 3 melons going across to the left. Place 2 lime terracottas going to the left of that with a lime terracotta on top of the second block. Underneath the second block you are going to place a green wool with a jungle log to the left of it with a green terracotta on top of that. So coming up here to where you've got these 2 lime terracottas on top of the first block, place 2 green terracottas going up to the left, going up with a 1 block to the left of the top block. On top of this you are going to place an oak log with a green wool above it, with a green terracotta above that. To the left of that place a oak plank. So from this oak plank to the left of it place a green wool with a lime terracotta above it. Using that as center block, place 3 lime terracottas going up on the left. On the top block of that to the right place a green terracotta. Go back to this block, and to the left of that top block place a green wool with 2 green terracottas going up on top of it with a block to the left of the top block of that. Then place a linked 2 blocks going up on the left with melons. Then another 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left with your melons. To the left of that place a yellow wool with 2 yellows, or 1 yellow going diagonally down to the left. Go back to that yellow wool and go place 2 yellows going diagonally down to the right, with a yellow going diagonally down to the left. On top of that yellow place a birch plank and fill in this space and this space of your yellows. Go back to this birch plank, and from that you're going to place 3 melons going across on the lower level to the right. On top of the middle block of those melons place a birch plank above it. Go back to these 3 melons, and from the left block of those 3 you can place a linked 2 melons going across on the lower level to the left. And underneath that second block you're going to place 3 yellow walls going down. Go back to these 3 melons and go to the right block this time. So right there you're going to place 3 melons going down like so. From the middle block of those melons on the right place a melon with a yellow wool below it, with 2 melons below that, and place 2 melons to the right of those 2 melons. Underneath the original 2 melons we had going down, place a jungle plank with a jungle log, with a lime terracotta below it, with 2 lime terracottas going across on the upper level to the right. Then place a linked 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. On top of the second block of those 2, you're going to place a melon, and then fill that into space then with your lime terracotta. Go back over here to where you've got... Go to this yellow, and on top of that yellow place a jungle plank. and go to this yellow, and from that place 2 birch planks going diagonally down to the left. Go up here to where you've got these 3 blocks, and from the middle block of those 3, underneath it place a yellow with a green terracotta below it. To the left of that green terracotta place a birch plank with a lime terracotta below it, and now you can fill in this empty space here with your melons. So then you are going to head up here to where you've got these melons here, these 2, and from the right block of those 2 place a green wall above it with 2 green terracottas to the left of that, with a green wall to the left of that, with 2 green walls going across on the upper level to the right. To the right of that place a birch plank, go to this green plank, go green wall, and underneath place a melon. Okay, go back to this green wall over here, and to the right of that place 2 green terracottas going down to the right, with a lime terracotta going down to the right of that. On top of that, place a green wool with a block of coal to the right of that. Underneath that, place a what's it called? Jungle wood with a block of coal below it, with a green wool below it. And to the right of the top block of those 2 blocks of coal, you're going to place 2 lime terracottas going down like so, with a green wool to the right of the bottom block of that, and then place a linked 2 lime terracottas going across on the lower level to the right. Place a green wool to the right of that. Then place a linked 2 green terracottas going across on the lower level to the right of that, with a lime terracotta going diagonally down to the right, and then a green terracotta going diagonally down to the right of that. Underneath the lime terracotta, you're going to place 2 blocks of coal going down. To the left of that lime terracotta, place 2 blocks of coal going across to the left. And then you're going to go back to this green terracotta and place a green wool going diagonally down to the right, with a block of coal below it, and then place 2 blocks of coal going diagonally down to the right. From the bottom block of that, place a green wool going diagonally down to the right. Go back to this block of coal, the last block of coal we had, so right there. On top of it, you're going to place a lime terracotta with a lime terracotta going diagonally up to the left, with a green terracotta going diagonally down to the left. You're now going to head over here to where you've got these melons here, and from the top block of those melons, the 3 melons we had going up here, on top of it, you're going to place 2 lime terracottas going across to the right. Fill in this empty space here with your green wool. And then to the left of these lime terracottas, you're going to place a green terracotta with 2 green terracottas going diagonally up to the left, like that, with a linked 2 green lime terracottas going up to the left. You're then going to place, from the bottom block of those, a green terracotta going diagonally down to the right. Fill in this empty space here with your lime terracotta. Grab your green wool, fill this empty space in with your green wool. I'll do it on camera because this is a monumental part. And that's the hair done. That is all of that hair done. And I think we've actually reached like an hour or something now. So we're going to leave the episode here. We'll do that part in the next episode because proven we can, as we did all of that. So next episode we'll do that. Episode after that we'll finish that. So we've got 2 parts left, hopefully. 2 parts left. I really hope we can do it in that. This is amazing. Thanks for watching this video. See you next video I or other YouTubers make. Make sure to subscribe to watch the final 2 parts. Hopefully, it's 2 parts. I'm really looking forward to finishing this off. And so thank you for watching. See you next video I or other YouTubers make. But thanks for watching and goodbye.